Those clocks, I've cut the top off that pocket watch, so I've just got the clock face there. Put some ink in the middle. I'm going to use those, and we're going to put those on there. I'm also going to use the collage with the car and the clock. That's really nice. And the car on its own. So I'm going to fussy cut this one out, and then I'm going to heat set this one because I want to put some glossy accents on it. I've used Memento, that's a dye ink, Cocoa, I never remember what it's called, something Cocoa, Rich Cocoa, and I'm just going to cut round that now. I finished inking that one up and I've cut round it. I've just distressed the edges a bit. You don't have to have a tool to do that, you can just do it with the edge of your scissors. Just open your scissors right up and put your thumb on the card and just scrape along the edges, and that will just bring the edge up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is just in the top, I'm going to cut down and I'm going to just bend that back each side. Oh, stuck. And then I'm going to just distress those edges as well. I'm just going to bring that opened up a bit as if that's broken. Now I've also done the car. I'm going to glossy accent that clock now I've heat set it. Also on the car, what I've done is I've used, I think it's slate pro marker and a blender, and done some shade in there where the light would have hit the wheel, coloured the wheels in. And what I've done then is used liquid pearls. What I do with, I'll show you on these the lights here, put a bit on, colour it, sort of colour it in. You could go around the edge of that as well. Very carefully. It does come out, you can do it quite precisely actually, it's not bad at all really. Pop that in there. We'll do just a wheel trim around here as well, and maybe even some of the wheel trim in here. Make a very good circle there. And I suppose actually I could probably do the wheel rim as well. You've got to be sort of very careful with it. And go around it. It's got quite a fine nozzle on it, it's not bad. I don't think I'd fill everything in because it would be just too much. Now that doesn't look very nice like that, but if you get a dry baby wipe and just blot on, don't rub it, it has to be just blotted on really lightly, lift it up, don't move it in any way from side to side, just pop it on, blot it gently, lift it up. Do that a few times just to get that up from the, and it will just leave you with a nice sort of textured silver. Well, that's platinum actually. If you've got shiny silver it would be shinier. Just a nice subtle look to it. So now I'll just glossy accent that, and then we'll pop, I'm going to pop that car in here. That's going to go in there. Do the glossy accents on there. I made a tag to go in there, which is 2 3/4 by 3.5. That just slips into there. It's a little bit tight at the moment, but once it's been in and out a few times, it'll be right. And we did the stamping on the acetate. Well, now we're going to put the acetate sheet down with some glue dots. So I'm going to just put some glue dots right in the corners. So one on each corner and one in the middle, at the top and at the bottom. Ooh, right on the edge almost. Don't put it on that edge, the side edges, left and right, just top and bottom. Then we're going to pop that on that page, just centre that up like that. Then I've cut some strips of 1 inch card, 1 inch by 4 inches. There's 4 of those, and I've used, you can use any edging punch you've got that's suitable for the masculine look, and that's a Martha Stewart, and I'm going to pop that in there. So 3 glue dots across, just pop it to the edge of that scored line, don't stick it right in, just to the scored line, the first scored line. And then what you can do is turn it over and just trim that end off, because I forgot that we'd done that little bit of a gusset in there, so it was actually 1/8 of an inch smaller than the 4 inches, but that won't matter. So again, glue dots, one on each end, and one in the middle should be fine. And that covers up the edge and helps to hold on that acetate. That covers up where we've stuck it. That's there, so turn it over again and just trim that edge. That's it. That's that. So that's given us a bit of a different texture. I've stamped this image for your special day, and I put some 3D squares on the back of that. Then we're going to pop that down at a bit of an angle there. So I'm making a little ticket of, I've got a piece of card here that's 2.5 by 1.5, and I've got a ticket edge punch, which I'm just going to do the edges of. This is a little woodware one. They're not very expensive, but they do make a nice edge. I've got lots of edging punches, so like corner punches, and then we're going to just pop that underneath there, and I'm going to stamp the script from the collage stamp. As I said, you don't always have to use the whole stamp, you can use parts of the stamp. So you're going to use that script off the collage with the car at the bottom that we did. Woo! That's all I want on there. I might do both sides actually. And that's it. I can pop that on with some glossy accents actually. Well, actually mine isn't glossy accents, I keep saying that, but it's diamond glaze, because I prefer diamond glaze than glossy accents. I don't know why, I think it comes out better. That's just my personal preference. So there's that one, and then I've just got a Tim Holtz Imagine, not sure what they're called now, and I'm just going to pop that on with a couple of glue dots, and I'm going to pop that there. Now the car's dry, I've put some glossy accents in the headlights, and that's going to pop on there. Again, we're going to pop our little strips on. This time you can glue them because there's no acetate there. So just pop a bit of glue there. And that, again, you'll have to trim just a slight bit off. So each edge. So I'll just stick the card down. Unfortunately, I'd like to 3D it with some squares, but it'll be too thick because we've 3D'd the other side. It'll be a bit thick if I 3D that one as well. I've done the tag. I've stamped the image of the collage with car. That's on there. I'm going to pop that in. That was 2 3/4 by 3.5. That's popped in there. I've left the back blank so that you could write a greeting on there or some message on there. Of course this is blank just to write happy birthday or whatever. And as I said, that's a little bit tight at the moment, but once it's been in and out, pop your hand down in it a little bit and that will loosen it up. That's it. Once that's been out once or twice, it will be okay. I've got a Tim Holtz spinner here. That's got the brad in. Actually, I'll keep the brad. I don't think I need to put the brad on as well. I'm going to pop that in. Now I've cut round. I've decided I didn't like the pocket watches, the colour they were, so I've put the glossy accent on. If you put the glossy accents on and just before it's dry, don't do it when it's really dry, although it is quite flexible. If you do it just as it's drying, then you can crack it a little bit. Can you see underneath? Give it a nice distressed look. And then I've gone over it with some ink, and the ink goes down into the little cracks, which gives it a nice effect. So I'm going to pop that on there, and the spinner. Oh, there. And I've made another ticket the same as the other one, but I've done it in brown ink, so that's going on there as well. So we stuck both of those on with some glue. This one, the metal things, I usually put on with glue dots. So glue dots on the bottom of the spinner, and just pop that in. That'll give another little bit of an accent on there. Then we've still got the clock, which we can pop on the edge of this one. So I'm going to glue that again. Nice lot of glue. Pop that in there. So that's that page done. What we want to do then is, for the front cover, I've glossy accented the clock and the headlights, and I've popped a little piece of the pattern paper behind that split, only a small strip. So I've got some burlap, I've frayed the edges, and I've just popped it on with some diamond glaze. That's fine for that. I'll also put diamond glaze on this one. It's more of a glue for, I think, just after a bit of experience you realise which glue is better for one thing or another. This is okay with material and things, it does stay on, or you could hot glue it on. So if you've got a hot glue gun, so pop that on there. I've also got a timepiece from Tim Holtz with the little spinners in, so that's nice because it's interactive and you can turn the hands on that. Cut the spinners, you get quite a few in a packet, so I pop those on, and I'm going to put those on with glue dot, or again for extra security you could put it on with some hot glue. Hot glue is my ultimate glue for things that you don't think are going to stay on. It weighs a ton, that timepiece. Don't want to be posting this because it's heavy. So let's have a look at our finished gift card, and this is what it looks like. It's got the Tim Holtz little clock with the hands that go around on the front, and then the bulldog clip. You could hang some chain on there and put some little charms on there if you could find some clock charms or something like that. Some little tools, something masculine, you could do that. So that just comes off there, and that opens up. So we've got our special day with the textures and the acetate giving us some more texture there, and that's the other page that flips over, and you've got your tag in there. You write your happy birthday or your little sentiment in there. So you can put money in there if you want to, as I said, or of course I haven't got, as I said, I don't have any gift cards. No one wants to buy me anything. But anyway, you can put a card in there, gift card. Also, you could put one, you could send it to somebody like a friend or something like that. Do a feminine version, send it to one of your friends with one of those little cards. You know, you can get the little like credit cards with the little sentiments on about friends or family or whatever. Just to cheer someone's day up, you could do that. You could make this as a sort of a little photo album, just put mats on there for photographs and then put one of those sentiments in there and put some photographs in it, whatever you like. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, hope you'll have a go at making one, and I'll see you again soon.